Today carried out planned attacks against organizations and agencies connected with the dehumanization, repression and discrimination of people with disabilities, particularly those connected with the active participation and promotion of genetic cleansing. DARE is a new independent body formed by people with disabilities. DARE will carry on the struggle for freedom, equality and human rights, which are necessary to complement the actions of the established independent movements and coalitions of disabled people. And our members jointly and individually place ourselves under the overall political guidance of that movement. It is, however, well known that the disability movement in this country have consistently followed a policy of non-violence. They have conducted themselves peaceably at all times, regardless of non-disabled societies' refusal to recognize the common and basic humanity of disabled people, the legitimacy of their demand for human rights. Disabled people prefer peaceful methods of change to achieve their aspirations without the suffering and bitterness of violent retaliation. But disabled people's patience is not endless. The time comes in the life of a disabled person when there remains only two choices: submit or fight. That time has now come. We will not submit, and we have no choice but to strike back by all means within our power in defense of disabled people and our future and our freedom.
Welcome to the Disabled Anarchist Revolutionary Enclave. You will be asked to complete a number of tasks. Your continued involvement will there depend upon the successful completion of each task. At no time will you meet the possibility of death as a member of the active service unit is high.
Our operation will be known as Colchise. Our targets are fleas. Fleas are any medical or zoological research establishment engaged in the Human Genome Project. Our aim is simple: the halting of the eugenics program. Our chosen weapon will be the bomb. We will do our utmost to avoid human casualties. We will give adequate warnings, but cannot guarantee that the authorities will deem it politically expedient to pass on those warnings.
units of DARE. The British state has declared war on disabled people. The medical profession is being urged by the government to avoid saving the lives of disabled children, people with learning difficulties, and elderly people who are sick and infirm.
The charity MenCap says that people with learning disabilities are being failed by the NHS, resulting in unrecognised pain, delays in treatment, and even orders not to resuscitate being applied without family consent. One couple with 2 disabled daughters believe their younger child, Tina, died unnecessarily in 2009. They say she wasn't given the right treatment by her GP or the hospital because of her learning disabilities. The case has been referred to the Health Ombudsman.
We are absolutely petrified if our other daughter ever became sick and she had to go into hospital and there was a repetition of the care that Tina received and if Vicky became ill. And needlessly, other vulnerable individuals with learning difficulties are dying needlessly.
Tina's death was no accident, nor was it negligence. It was deliberate. Government policy, euthanasia, murder.
This is an emergency. This is an emergency.
Murder by the medical profession. 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 Murder by the medical profession.
This is an emergency.
Murder by the medical profession. 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 Murder by the medical profession.
The NHS have a secret euthanasia policy. They regard us Crips as useless eaters.
Yeah, Hitler is not dead, eh? It's not just us. It's getting to be anyone who's over 65. I mean, don't put a granny in an old folks' home. She'll be dead within 6 months. First the one that feed her, malnourished or maltreat her. They'll demoralise her, let her get ill. So she ends up in hospital. Then if that happens, bang, you can guarantee she's dead within a fortnight. Yeah. That's how the system operates. Deliberate murder. A state policy. You know, they've even got this thing called DNR, do not resuscitate. You know what that means? Do not resuscitate. That means kill your fucking granny. That's what that means, man. Get out of order. You can make you sick. When are people going to wake up? The state can go, I'm going to kill your granny. If your granny takes a heart attack, she's dead. Is your granny got to get help? No, your granny's not going to get help. She's dead. Who decides who's useless and who isn't? I'd love to put some of those bastards on trial. Fuckers.
The British government is becoming more and more Nazi as each day passes. The time has arrived for disabled people to fight back and defend themselves.
Hitler is not dead. Then I know we've been lied to. Hitler is not dead. Then I know we've been lied to. Hitler is not dead. Then I know we've been lied to. Hitler is not dead.
dear activists. Now that the Nazified British government seeks to exterminate disabled people, your orders are to form assassination squads and execute government ministers, politicians, state officials and members of the medical and nursing professions, and all those of the communications media who legitimize and participate in the euthanasia program.